Gormagat Ceann Comhairle. Bhí mé géisteacht leis an diospacht ar an televíse mé ifig san a tháinig mé isteach sa teach agus bhaile mo buchas a gá leis na teachtaí dála uilig. Is mína marrá a rís go bhfuil sé mar príomh aim a chláir an rialtas seo 8 láidir a thógáil agus sochaí chortha a chur fáil ionas gur féidir le daoine marchatáil faoin tua agus na cathracha an Éirden. Chuirtear uinte na Hileán san áireamh sa Galtaine seo, agus táis agam agus táis go maith an rialtas go bhfuil an farraige, thart ar an tír seo ceann na hacuiní nádúra is luchana atá agan. Ní féidir á go bhfuil an bille seo bant an lasas fearr as an achuiní nádúra seo díoscairí an Ileán. In our era, ní féidir leis an bille seo Galtaine a thabhairt, má éisin an tara ceadanas na chordan an chomhartas iascaireachta ar fáil. Comála sin bheadh caidlint an idir Éirden agus tíorta eile I gairías ár tomantas don chomhartas iascaireachta agus I gás bradán don principal na heagriachta an chuomhnú bradán san Atlantic Hui ar NASCO. Tugann na fórum náisiúnta iascaireachta cladaí, bunaithe ag an rialtas, deiste iascairí cladaí, chur leis an policy, banisteocht agus chuomhnú. I'd like to whilst welcoming this debate on the bill and comment about the engagement via the forums that I have mentioned is particularly appropriate to address the challenges facing fishing communities. The first industry-led strategy for the inshore sector is currently being progressed, and I would like to acknowledge the Irish Islands Marine Resource Organisation, to Indi Keneally and to Seamus Bonner, that I met on a number of occasions, both in the discussion on the report chaired by the committee report chaired by Andrew, and also in the course of preparation for this debate. I have mentioned, as Minister with responsibility for inland fisheries sector, I have mentioned my concerns in regards to salmon. They pointed out that they are not impacted by this bill. That said, they are also not mentioned, so I just want to put that on record to register my concerns. I know that, but I appreciate that, but they are not specifically mentioned what species they are referred to, so I think it is right that we put on record my concerns, because I deal with fishermen and coastal fishermen and inshore fishermen in Donegal and Mayo and Galway, everywhere else, where their salmon stocks are under pressure, and there are international agreements. No, I've expressed my concerns. I've expressed my concerns as minister. I'm entitled to express my concerns. I'm entitled to express my concerns because there is no actual species mentioned in the bill, which I thought there should be. But so I want to register my concerns because there are international agreements. We're a member of NASCO, as I said. It's important that as many salmon from Irish rivers, as well as those in other countries, migrate to areas where they're being Greenland or the Faroes to feed before returning to the individual river to breed. And the prospect of successfully restricting Greenlandic and Faroes fisheries to protect our indigenous stocks is greatly reduced if we inappropriately manage these same home and international stocks off our own coast. I would like to point out, of course, that the Atlantic salmon is protected under EU Habitats Directive, with which Ireland's current salmon management regime complies. And there is always spirited debate in relation to rivers that are open and closed and under catch and release. Any deviation from current policy would be contrary to the international independent scientific advice of the home river of offshore salmon cannot be identified, and it is not possible to disaggregate the individuals or stock groups at sea. So, in view of Ireland's commitment to the NASCO principles and our obligations under the EU Habitats Directive, and also to the common fisheries policies as outlined by Minister Doyle, I have to register my concerns on those matters regarding this bill. That said, on the principle of the bill, which is in relation to island communities, I would like to register my support. I find the current fisheries policy, to be honest about it, across Europe and indeed as part of Europe for this country as well, not fit for purpose. The general principle of larger ships, I appreciate in general, are safer ships, and we must accept the safety of fishermen is hugely important. But the general policy of concentration of fishing quota in the hands of a few is a policy that is unsustainable, very difficult to justify morally, environmentally or economically. So I acknowledge that this bill goes some way in terms of protecting island communities and giving them a livelihood. And I do acknowledge the work of Sinn Féin and the support, and we've had long discussions, myself and Minister McHugh, Minister Doyle, with Minister Creed on this matter. So in the general principle of the bill, I do support it, and I would just, as I said, like to acknowledge and register my concerns regarding salmon.